Welcome to today's collective reading. We'll begin with clearing with the kyanite and the selenite to balance the energies and elevate them, so only the messages of the highest and greatest good may come through. I have a cat who is feeling a bit playful, so that's possibly a sync that the playful energy is about. A little curiosity, maybe. See if maybe I can do that. Okay, so before I begin, I did want to express that I know that my channeling yesterday, I did sound very different, and as I said in the comment, I was I was in a very deep, relaxed, meditative state when the call came through. Like when Divine says, this is what you need to do, like I have to kind of set my ego aside and be like, okay, this is what we're doing, I guess. All right, let's do this. So I did sound very, very relaxed, and I was in a different position, was in more of a reclining position. So I wasn't as alert as well because of that, to facilitate staying in that state. And yeah, I did do a couple stops and starts, and that's just because all of these energies, all of these guides and spirit teams that are coming through for people, they're trying to find the exact way to say exactly what they desire to say, because they're used to communicating in far more of a free flow. They're not used to having to put it into English. Kitty, no, kitty. I do talk a little different to my pets than I baby talk my pet. I don't baby talk children. I baby talk my pet though. He knows that he's getting affection even if I'm across the room, just from how I'm talking to him, because I only talk to him that way. So all right, let's jump into the reading here. I do want to say that I did see a sync on the clock of 4:44, so that may mean something specific to someone watching. It can break into 8-8 and then down to a 16 and then a 7. So if any of those numbers mean anything to you, there's definitely an implication of a mirroring of a foundation that's coming into really 7 is a very lucky number. I just know the moment I start doing anything, he's gonna try to jump up on the table. He wants to be the star. Okay then. So let's begin. What does my collective need to know today? Okay. So what is on the mind of the collective tuning in? What is in the minds, the thoughts, how that's kind of echoing down into their reality? What is the guidance here for my collective? Okay, ooh. Yet another number sync, which is a number 11 for songstress. Now, in reading this particular card, something that really stuck out to me was it doesn't matter if what you're creating, he's having fun in there. One moment here, guys. I'm just gonna hit the pause here. Sorry for that interruption. I didn't want him necessarily having this background of tearing apart his, piece of paper or whatnot for a while for you guys. Okay, so the songstress, yes. So whatever it is that you are called to do, whatever fills you with joy that you're creating, that you're excited about, whether it's, working with volunteer work, or it's literally creating music, using your voice, singing, speaking your truth, sharing your knowledge, educating, teaching, reading for people. It's okay if it's not perfect in final form right now before you share it. This is definitely something that is not needing to be perfect. You will find that as you share this gift, as you share this part of yourself, of this aspect of you that is on that cusp of wanting to create, but not quite sure because it's not as refined as you'd like it to be, thus you're not necessarily as confident in it. When you begin sharing this, you will begin learning and refining through the feedback, as well as through your own intuitive guidance, your own opinions about how things land, about how they sound. You will gain that confidence and it will evolve naturally and grow naturally with you throughout your life. So don't wait for it to be perfect. Begin sharing it now and let it grow. Okay, so let's get a... Kitty, are you okay? Oh boy, he's so cute and distracting. I think that may have something to do with this here, with how playful he is. In the meditation coming into the reading, and I know, just bear with me here. What came through was the invitation to enjoy the journey. That you'll get to your destination, that what your heart desires, you will get there. So being present in your now, seeing what you can enjoy, what you can appreciate in the moment, even if there's parts of this experience in this now that is just really not the greatest, that in and of itself is highlighting what you do not want, so you can know exactly what you do want. And that contrast is a gift, and it allows you to express your authentic needs to yourself, to the universe, to your spirit team, to others around you. It's a gift to have that contrast, to learn about yourself, to learn about your needs, and be able to learn how to share them in a confident manner. Confident, assertive manner. Ooh, interesting that came out. Assertive. So there's to assert this. To step into that threshold, because we have the Two of Wands here. See, yeah, definitely the energy of being like right on that cusp, right on that, oh, should I, shouldn't I? I'm about to do this. I'm nervous. I'm excited. Oh, I hope it's received well. Like, I get a bit of an anxiety. But remember, you can always reframe anxiety as anticipation. Your nervous system doesn't know the difference from how it experiences anxiety and it experiences anticipation or excitement. It's the same. So your choice mentally to reframe that from a negative to a positive, it's a pretty cool thing to learn, that we have the ability to do that with our own mind, with our nervous system. It's really empowering. A lot of empathic people, we have quite a bit of an anxiety because we feel others' anxiety. And then we have anxiety about having their anxiety. And it can really snowball from there. So to know we can reframe it allows us to draw a little bit more of a dividing line between what is ours and what is not. Okay, if we can get some more clarifiers here, more specific synchronicities. If I go through this whole deck, I'm pretty sure, okay, all right. So we have Six of Cups in the upright, Four of Wands inverted, which is interesting because the number sync coming in, as well as the songstress card being an 11. So it's a mirrored, co-created energy between you, your higher self, divine, possibly another individual. Oh, that one wanted to fall. All right, strength upright. Okay. All right. This is something that you have thought about before. You have kind of nurtured it over time. You've fed it a little bit. It's grown, it's grown, it's grown. And you're right on that point where you're like, you know what, I think it's time, but there's a bit of a hesitation. Possibly this is where that anxiety or that anticipation can come in, because this is integral to setting a foundation for yourself. But because you're in a state of choosing whether or not it's going to be anxiety or anticipation, you decide whether or not this foundation that you're building will be one that you sabotage because you're owning the anxiety, or if you decide to give to reframing, trying, working through that process of deciding to anticipate this becoming a foundation. Because you have the strength within you. The balance is there. You know that you're supported. This card represents all aspects of self having unified behind and with one another behind your consciousness. So you have the inner child, you have you, the consciousness and the higher self, and then you have your ego as well as your ally. You have basically taken over, woken up consciously, and that allows that ego and that inner child to be able to learn from you and to not have to try to control and make decisions. And I often look at the ego like your inner teenager. It's like a combination of every moment that was incredibly intense, be it positive or negative. That is pretty much what your ego is. And of any aspect of you, this part of you is probably the most confused, conflicted, and in need of compassion. Once you've made that part of you your ally, many teachings will teach you that you need to kill your ego. Why would a being of light tell you to kill a part of yourself? That doesn't resonate with me at all. Your ego does not need to be your enemy. Your ego is your ally. And if you look at that as your inner teenager, they may not always appreciate it when you set boundaries, but they really thrive with them. You take that, you've taken the time to heal that, to nurture that part of you. And you're in complete unison. You're moving forward towards this within yourself. And I flipped this upright because I'm deciding for you guys that you're going to be giving to this in a positive way. You're going to be choosing to start reframing every time you have anxiety, especially about this, as anticipation, which leads to, like, this is going to be very fruitful and it's going to surprise you as it grows and evolves with you. And you're never going to regret having made this decision about this project, about sharing this this gift of yours. I'll move these over here now. All right, so let's move into what's on the collective's, heart space. What's going on with the heart space? The emotions, the feelings, the intuition. What guidance do we have coming through for the collective tuning in today? 21, which breaks to a 3. You're the judge. And if you notice, there's 2 sides here. And then there's the third. 2, and then the third. You're supported. You're balanced within yourself. And you're your own worst critic, right? You're your own worst critic, and you're able to pass judgment upon not only what you create, but upon different aspects of it as it grows and evolves. You're going to be like, I didn't like this, but I did like this. I'm going to give to this. I would like more of that. So trust your own judgment about what's going on in this space, especially when it comes to the emotional aspect. Having a lot of anxiety, definitely, you know, it can be something that's overwhelming at times. To trust yourself to know when to go at your own pace, to know when you're being pushed too far, to know when you need to step back a little bit and just kind of take care of yourself for a little bit. Oh, wow. Brilliant. Okay. This card is very unique. It's only in this particular deck. And it tells me that whatever happens here, all of you is behind this. So your emotional space, you possibly feel a bit vulnerable. And what's coming through very strongly here is, you got this. You got this. All of you is behind this, meaning everything that you've needed to get yourself to this moment was provided. Right? Signs, synchronicities, random happenings that just happen to make everything fall into place perfectly were not by chance. I personally do not believe in coincidences. Everything happens, especially if it appears to be coincidence, it's happening for a reason. And being open to that, to pass judgment upon that, because this card tells me that you can time travel. And yes, I know that can kind of hit a bit different at first. So let me explain. So the way that I relate to the concept of higher self is that's the future version of me that's leading my highest timeline. Not the highest timeline I'm capable of living, the one that is the highest that I choose, that I'm being led to, that my heart longs for, that I'm actively giving to, that I would choose, even if others may have the opinion that it's not the highest option. It's the highest option for me. So that version of you can come back to help you. That version of you can come back to help energies around you, to facilitate and support you, because depending on how far back this version of you is reaching, it could be from, you know, after you've passed, maybe it's a couple lifetimes from now, maybe it's just from the other side, like it could still be from this life as well. All of you, you are the petal, but this is the entire lotus, right? You have this. Trust your intuition, and it may feel a bit rocky. You may kind of be like, I don't know, if I step here, will the stone appear to keep my foot from going in the water? And the answer is yes. You can step without fear of that, without doubt or anxiety. It is normal and it is human to have that, though. So don't be too hard on yourself, because the first couple times that you do that, and the stone appears beneath your foot to keep your foot from going in the water, you'll start to have fun with it. You'll start to play. You'll start to giggle about how the magic is present in your world. Kind of like the cat today, just very, very, my cat just very, very playful. Okay, and that just kind of flopped out. So Hanged Man, like definitely it's another validation that what is coming through here is everything has already been planned by you. Now, if you're ever going to be able to trust a higher aspect or energy coming through, it would be your future or higher self. Because, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think that I would ever reach back in time to a version of me and knowingly make it more difficult for me, knowing that in my now I would be dealing with the cascading changes of that. That just doesn't make sense. You're always going to want the best and the highest for yourself. This is just beautiful. You have anxiety, yes, but you will overcome that, and you will have time to play, to enjoy. Yeah, because the seed is growing within you. It's growing, it's taking root, and it is being offered. Your making this offer to yourself. All of you is like, hey, we got you. Now you get to take root. Now you get to have fun. Now you get to play. Because you've manifested this. The universe has heard you and is moving, co-creating with you. Because you're balanced. I mean, I don't know about you, but sitting like that, like, whew. Ouch. There was possibly a time when I was younger, definitely. I don't know. Do we have any other synchronicities for clarifiers for the collective for this placement? No, we don't. I did take a peek, and there was trust that you will be able to spot any possible deceptive energy that's coming through with complete confidence. You have gone through so much to get here. You can trust that this will guide you true. If anything comes to you and is even slightly a bit off, no matter how tempting, this will be, there'll be a little voice of light that says, hey, you know, be that, you know, ringing in your ears, or for some reason this random memory pops into your mind from out of nowhere that you have no idea how it showed up there because it's been years since you've thought of it. All these things, they'll help you navigate your way. If you're concerned about any kind of energies coming in with this creation that are going to try to, like, maybe project their own insecurities onto it, yeah, no, you got this. And all of you has this. So you yourself can be the channel, be the space that creates, and all of you is backing it and doing a lot behind the scenes. So you don't really have to hyper focus on it. You can just be in this space creating and allowing it to evolve and grow with you. All right, so what do we need to know about where the collective is in the physical related to this particular reading here, with what's on their mind and their heart space coming through here? Oop, okay, you want that one. Got it. All right, we have number 36, which breaks to a 9, which 369. This is manifestation numbers. This is the universal manifestation unlocking keys. If you, the concept is to have 3 affirmations that you do for 6 seconds 9 times a day. Yeah. that is what the 369 is. Now, the particular card here, it highlights that you are part of a group, that you are not alone, even if you are not fully aware of each and every bead that's attached to your heart space. These can be ancestors. This can be your, like, even future connections, be them friends, even future children. These are all aspects that are coming together, that are pulling with you. Not pulling from you, they're pulling with you to a higher vibration. They're resonating and co-creating with you, because this particular card, it speaks to, from reading the guidebook on it, it talked about how women in indigenous cultures, quite a few of them, they would have a tradition where the women during their moon cycle would be apart from the rest of the tribe. And they would have that time with other women to kind of go through, and that time with, you know, advice. They could nurture one another, teach, create, support. And you have this hanged man in the background here. It definitely feels hanged man energy, because it appears to be almost a human shape upside down. Now, yes, that can be kind of a gloomy thing, but the concept is this is already kind of a darker background. This to me is a protector. This is a protector energy. There is no fear in her. at all. She is fully aware of it. You could tell from the look down into the side, like she knows. She knows. And this protector is around that tent. So even though the women would be apart from the tribe, they were not vulnerable. They were protected, they were guided, they were supported in that space so they could be there and just do what they needed to do without fear, right? So even though you may not always have this inkling that you're protected, you are. That energy is there around you regardless. And it's very earth-based, so there's an element of Gaia, and because it's predominantly, it feels more masculine to me. But we do have the Hangman energy here, so this could be your higher self yet again. And with the mixture of the colors here within the shape, it would imply to me that your future self is in full union with the yin yang is in full union. It's in harmony. This is almost like other side energy, like even like ancestors. Maybe you have like a father or a mother who's passed on, a grandmother, a grandfather. Some ancestor energies coming in there too. So as you build this community in the physical reality, there's so much that you don't have to focus on that's already being facilitated. You are very, very guided. Now that does not, okay, you're very protected. Now that doesn't mean that you're not going to be given challenges to help you grow, to help highlight things to you that you need to know, to be revealed to you. To be protected, it doesn't mean that you are never going to experience a conflict or a challenge ever again. That doesn't facilitate growth. And we come here to grow, to evolve, to learn. But what it does mean is that you won't be harmed. You may be challenged, but you are safe. And what you are manifesting, this destination, this creation, you're going to get there. You're going to get there. What you long for to create is going to come into being. But enjoying each one of these beautiful messages as they become true for you, that is enjoying the journey. It is the learning, the revealing of yourself to yourself. And the Page of Cups, I love how it's this little boy playing the piano. Oh, there was a movie and Jet Li was in it, and he was the adult version of this. Just Morgan Freeman sat him down, or like he was tuning the piano, and he sat him down and he taught him how to play a couple keys, and he was very childlike and innocent. Just that being able to be in that space, even if you're an adult. Even if you have been exposed to traumas and you feel like maybe you're not open to this innocent embracing of this collective, this community that you're building, your heart is capable of being receptive to this, of being open to this. So you're having some anxiety about bringing this in because there's going to be more individuals that are going to be exposed to it, to have more opinions. And your spirit team, they're coming through and they're saying, we got you. Your higher self has you. Whatever you need to support this taking root and coming into full manifestation, it has already, like the way has been made. So whenever that stone shows up, when you're about to step into the next step into the river or the lake, like there's no reason why a stone would miraculously show up, but one does right in time for your foot to land on it instead of going in the water. That is the first couple of steps to opening your heart to this community that you're building. And every time that stone appears, it's discovering a new key. And then it's discovering the harmony. And then it's making the song. And eventually your whole life will be this beautiful unfolding of a symphony of this creation and the lives that you touch and that touch you and that you positively feedback off of one another. It's okay to trust this with your heart, with that innocent part of you. It is perfectly okay to do that. Okay. Do we have any specific clarifiers here for the collective on this physical placement here? Knowing that there is the support necessary there to open that heart, that it will be able to open to enjoying the unfolding of the magic of it all. All right. Okay. I'll get one more here. It's interesting, they're all coming down, face down. I just had to say something, huh? Like, usually they're flipping and they're landing on the floor. And so, being that this came out upright itself, you may feel a bit of an underdog here. Or you have an underdog energy coming in that's like, hey, I'm here, and you're just like distracted by playing with fire and your will and having fun making music and waiting for this to show up, that maybe you're having a little too much fun. You're a little too much fun. You don't notice that your ride, your dark horse has arrived. That's interesting that would come out last. Okay, so, but it came out upright, and I think there's a reason for that. So keep this in mind, and then I will do these here. So we have the Lovers upright, the Fool, and Temperance. Oh my goodness. Wow, okay. Okay. This is all higher, like, major arcana. I said higher arcana. Oh my goodness. So these are things that are part of your soul contract. To co-create and experience contrast. That's a lot of what I get from this particular card. There's an experience, an enjoyment of creating and appreciating the contrast. Really, that's what the universe is a constant experience of contrast. Light, dark, hot, cold, high, low. It's all about experiencing the contrast. That this will be something that you take that leap towards. It's part of your contract to do this and to willfully do this and to bring an offering with you into this. Crystals may be important to help you work with the higher energies coming through, especially as you're beginning any new aspect of this project. Whenever you are in that space throughout your life with this project, crystals may be important. And you're going to be balanced with this. You're going to be assisted in being balanced. This is divine intervention. This is having done the shadow work, but living in the light, and living in the light while doing the shadow work, the balance. The 8. Like, we have infinity symbol. This is pretty much like 2 of Pentacles, infinity here. We have 11. We have the 44 time synchronicity at the beginning. The manifesting. And here you are. You're distracted with playing with your will and fire and creating music that you may not notice that your dark horse has arrived, or you're so busy having fun you don't realize that you are the dark horse. That nobody bet on you. but you're having so much fun with this, it doesn't matter that you're the dark horse. And that's part of why this is so successful, is because you're not doing it to overcome the odds. You're doing this because you love it, because it's fun to you. And that is what's manifesting it. You're enjoying it. It's not work. You love it. It is like play for you. Can you imagine that? Doing, like, as an adult, getting paid to play. Just like you would, and you feel just like you do like when you were a kid. This is awesome, guys. This is what's coming into your physical. That is the shiznit. I am so stoked for you guys. All right, so let's get like just a final message, a final placement here for the collective. Any like final parts to this? Final guidance. They're actually saying don't do this deck. Okay. All right, so we're gonna do Moonology. Grab a couple Moonologies. Oh, okay. I'll just tap that real quick. And they want to do the power animal. So let's grab a power animal for each placement here. Now, if you're into power animals, that's awesome. If power animals is kind of a newer thing for you, it's basically looking at the life, the habits, the cycles of the animal for the ways in which, oh, that one went inverted. The ways in which the universe, nature, Gaia can speak to you through the animal. Okay. Now, you can have all of these. You can have one of these. You can learn specifically just, what you need to from the reading the back here. So this one, for the physical, we have caribou. And this could just be in and of itself. It doesn't have to be, no, I said physical. Ooh. This is for the thought, the mind. This could be directly linked to the thought or the mind, or it's uniquely standing on its own. However it resonates for you, do feel free to take what fits and discard what does not. That's perfectly fine. There's a lot of people coming through in this reading, in the lifetime of this reading, that will encounter it. So, okay. So we have the caribou here. I believe from like watching the video a time or two myself, I noticed that I wasn't always perfectly getting these in the view. So caribou, if you want to read the back, feel free to pause the video here. I will read the basics here for you. So it's the cycle of life, rebirth, and abundance. Wow, that's potent, because you're beginning a new project. This is a brand new cycle you're starting. That's awesome. And it's an abundant one. Absolutely, that's beautiful. Okay, so this could stand alone on its own, or it will be a synchronicity for the emotional aspect. And this is the dove. Just beautiful artwork. This is just such a unique deck. Do feel free to pause the video there. Something I really, really like about this deck is that it references indigenous traditions and myth and lore from all over the world. Symbology is sexuality, peace, and divine inspiration. Yet again, a beautiful synchronicity that you have the divine guiding you through this. Now for the physical, we have the wolf. And I'll let you guys pause the video there if you want to read the specifics. The symbology is creation, healing, and purification. Just beautiful. Just beautiful. And it's poignant that it's landing on a space of a collective, a group that you will be working with, and you will be part of a pack. That's so cool. Okay, so what moonology? Wow, okay, so that hopped right away. So we have full moon in Libra, find balance. As you go down this road, you will be able to continually rebalance and balance and rebalance. That the support and everything that you need to be able to do that will be provided to you. But you do have free will. You can choose not to seek that balance. But why? Oh boy, okay, all right, okay. Okay. Which is poignant to have reflect on your priorities. Last moon in Aquarius come out. So what is your priority? To stay balanced and keep going forward? When you do find that you're at a point where you're like, man, this is a lot, I don't know. That's the invitation to go into yourself and go, okay, what needs to take priority in this moment? Maybe something else needs to kind of be put on pause for now because this is the priority. Staying balanced, if you stay balanced, you can continue in this space of creating infinitely. But if you find yourself out of balance, then it kind of all has to be on pause a bit. And it's the weighing and the judging of what's the priority. If you put yourself as not the priority, then you won't be balanced. You have to have yourself as the primary priority. You have to be in the middle balancing the scales. If you're not taking care of you, you can't be in the middle balancing those scales from arm to arm. So definitely take time to take care of yourself, nurture yourself, meditate. I don't know, do a at-home pedicure. Do what you need to do to let yourself know that you are loved by yourself, to pamper yourself. And then we have full moon in Gemini, embracing the flow of life. The quote, I think I've spoken to it a time or two in other readings, but it really kind of boils down to, there was a Buddhist monk who poignantly, I'm not quite sure exactly who, you can call me out on that, like reference it in the comments if you could think of it. If I can, I'll put it there later, but I just want to give them credit. What he had said was, to summarize the Buddhist teachings, was to simply keep calmly knowing change. All of that wisdom boiled down to that, and it does resonate. The other thing is 2 words. Everything you know about life, it changes. Be willing to go with the flow of it, because it will be changing. It will. It's just part of life. As you reflect, because this is a mirroring energy yet again, as you grow and change, that growth and change will be mirrored back to you. And then you'll grow and change because of that, and it's a never-ending cycle. We'll get this last final one here. Trust the universe. Poignant. First quarter moon in Aquarius. So we have 2 Aquarius energies here. And we have Libra and Gemini, balanced and mirrored, in tune with the intuition. Trusting this universe. Yeah. Beautiful message, guys. I am so excited for you to take the moment to enjoy even the struggle, because there's a pearl of wisdom in the struggle, in the challenge. And when you integrate that wisdom, it's no longer a challenge. And to have that fun, enjoying, playing with creating, with the universe, with the divine, within your own life, with other beings, being part of a collective, a group, a pack, is something that is resulting as of this project for you. So, the divine within me honors the divine within you. Namaste.